What it do is the real Sister Browns fan tuning in on this season finale. Yeah, this is season finale of Brownie Cookies and Water for the 2020 season. As we are, out, like I said, out of the playoffs. I just wanted to do this episode because I wanted to give a big congratulations and a shout outs to my coach, Coach Kev Stefanski, also known as for me as Kevski. Um, yeah, man, he just won the Coach of the Year. I wanted to do this video because it was like, it's a big accomplishment. You know what I mean? Obviously, like for those outside looking in, it means a lot. You know what I mean? Because it's like, now we got the ability to say that we got a competent coach. Everybody can look at the Browns and say, all right, they got a competent coach. So that's a good thing about that. You know what I'm saying? As far as that goes, but um as far as like a fan goes, as far as like a regular fan, a fan that's just coming in new, it's like, all right, it means a lot too, because it's like you know so long, so for so much that the Browns were just not a good team. They weren't, anybody that you could really say that like, all right, they're gonna win. They got winners now. You know what I'm saying? Now we got somebody where it's like we can move forward with, and we can expect more things to come from. And to me, I mean, as far as like the whole selection goes, I mean, well, I'll just say like this: I I definitely thought he won it. Like he definitely deserved to win it. However, I did think that there was a chance that he wasn't going to win it because I felt like the coach from the Bills was going to win it. Um, However, when you look at, and I only said that because of just what he done gradually to finally like make that plateau to get the Bills onto a right start. But I can see why Kev got it. Now, I thought Kev, if it was like rookie coach of the year, he would have got it. But you know what I'm saying? That's not the award that I was thinking of. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking of coach of the year. But if you think he should get it, I would say, yeah, like, it makes sense because, I mean, given what all he had to give with, like, no preseason, just, I mean, he really had, like, did something that nobody else done before especially in a rookie head coach position. I mean, you look at all the other rookie head coaches that was hired that year. You look at Mike McCarthy. I mean, yeah, you got, Ron Rivera, who, you know what I'm saying? I'm only saying rookie as far as like new team coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause even then it's like they're not rookies. So it's, I mean, I guess that's the primary reason why you needed to give him coach of the year. Like, we needed to evaluate on his criteria as far as what he was given. Like, he was a rookie. Like, he never been a head coach before. Mike McCarthy and Ron Rivera, they all been head coaches before. And who else was hired that year? Oh yeah, the dude from the Panthers, and they ain't really do anything. So, you know, yeah, I think like it was well deserved. Nonetheless, I honestly thought it was gonna go to the Bills guy. But being that it gave to us, I mean, what does it mean for me personally, y'all? Like, honestly, it doesn't mean anything because I expect more from him. You know what I mean? Like, what it does say to me though is that I can just like finally not have to like question everything. You know what I mean? I feel like, I could trust these guys. I think that, I mean, as far as like the alignment that they was all wanting to come together for, and another thing with Kev that really impresses me is just his ability to like be a point guard as a coach. You know what I mean? Like, just to put people in the right positions, and you know what I mean, like the right people that he hired. I mean, that's when I knew like that I was okay. Like, we was gonna be okay when he had made the hires that he made, because it was just like listening to the guys and everything. And I know they always win the press conference, but it was just like, it literally seemed like he put a whole lot of thought into this. And I mean, maybe he didn't have to, but I'm just saying, like, the people that he did put in place, it was like, I mean, these were good ass moves. You know what I'm saying? So whether that was him just on his own, or whether that was, you know, Paul D. Podesta getting in there, and you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that, I mean, nonetheless, I think, you know, this was a slam dunk, you know, as far as the hires, and it's like I said, it doesn't mean anything to me because like I expect more from him. Like I was already satisfied. That's more so what it is. I don't mean to say I expect more, but I think I was already satisfied with what he done. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, you know, he done enough for me, and I'm like, I'm good. You know, him getting the award is like, you know, just like the confetti just going off. Like I already knew he was our guy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need anything more as far as like an award to be like, oh, this is Coach of the Year, because now, you know, that's what everybody gonna look at it as. It's like, all right, the Browns finally got their coach. I already knew this before, without whether he had won the award or not. You know what I'm saying? I already knew he was our coach. So I mean, but I guess that's what the award does kind of say. Ultimately, I guess me beating around the bush and me not really knowing what I wanted to say in the beginning was that, you know, to others it's gonna look at it as like, all right, they got his coach. You know what I mean? Like this is who the Browns need. Like, and he's a good guy. He won Coach of the Year. But like I said, to me, I was already like, you know, I'm like, damn, we went to the playoffs, man. Like, hell yeah, this our dude. Like, you know, whether he won the Coach of the Year or not, he was still he's a Brown, man. He's the Browns head coach, man. And we hoping he'd do some, you know what I'm saying, some shit that, you know, since Marty Schottenheimer, or Marty Schottenheimer was the last good one we had. Shit, do some Paul Brown shit. I don't know, win some championships. That's all I'm saying. But nonetheless, you know what I mean? He didn't get us there this year. But like I said, like, yo, man, I know from a long way. And you know what's crazy, too? Is Saleh got hired, y'all. Oh, man. Y'all know that was like my guy last year. But you know what? After, like, listening to his interview on ESPN, I think, who was he interviewing with? He was interviewing with Bart Scott, I think that guy's name is, and another guy that was along with him. Like, I think I'm satisfied with Kev now. Like, I think I'm over that train. I'm thinking like that's, you know what I mean? I want to see what he does with the Jets. I'm curious to see what he does with the Jets, but you know, I didn't, cuz you know, I'm a big defensive guy. I think like defense is the way to go, but like nonetheless, you know, him going to the Jets, that's interesting cuz then, you know what I mean, you got to do the same thing that Kev did, but nonetheless, Kev already had a team, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of, I guess since we're in the season finale, I could talk about this a little bit. You know, what is we going to do with Kev, or not Kev, what are we going to do with OBJ? I mean, ultimately, I feel like, to be truthful, guys, like, it really depends on what OBJ wants to do. I mean, if he wants to leave, I know I said this on the episode before, so, like, if anybody that watched this on a regular, y'all, I think y'all already remember how I felt about it. It's like, if he wants to be here, you keep him. If he don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he don't, then you know what I'm saying? Try to make it, get what you can for him, you know what I'm saying? Something good or whatever like that, and then let him go, you know what I'm saying? Let him flourish, because, you know, it's you know, you can't sit up here and just like, all right, we're going to meet every demands, but at the same time, like, you know, given his name, his talent, or, you know, I hate that word, but, you know, given his abilities that he got on the field, you know, what he means to, like, football culture, you know, you definitely want to interrupt that. But I don't think he'll just sit up here and openly say that he don't want to be on this team no more. I mean, that kind of be an indictment on Baker, but nonetheless, like, I mean, maybe they could just be like, hey, man, we just don't have the chemistry, you know what I mean? And they could be men about that too. So, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, would I like him to stay? Like, I mean, I ain't got used to him now. Like, from where I was now, like, to where, the only thing I hate is how much media be all up on the Brown shit. You know what I'm saying? And they always want to, like, cause some riff and stir, and then, like, you know, once these whole little guidelines come back around, and the media is able to get back into the locker room, like, that's another thing why Kev was able to win this, I feel like, because, like, media was not in there to stir any shit up. Like, He cannot stir nothing up. And that was like what got us so far. I feel like where everybody was just able to have laser focus and not worry about the outside shit. But once like those guidelines hit, and then it's like, just I don't even feel like some of this shit like OBJ be even saying. Like I just be feel like it be made up, and it just be like, and it be the biggest news. And then like that's the only thing I could say where it's like I'm sick and tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it really up to him, man, because it's like I'm used to him now. I'm kind of used to it now, as far as like they just always gonna have some shit to say about the Browns, especially about him because he played with the Browns. But now that the Browns made it to the playoffs, I think like it should be able to switch now. But now, like at the same time, that means he gonna have to produce because we done shown that we can produce without him. So now he gotta go in here and like he gotta be that factor. But if they can't deal with that pressure, and I'm not saying that he can't, but I can understand if he was like, hey man, like I don't want anybody to feel like I'm the cancer on, or not, excuse my language, I guess some people don't like that, but I'm toxicity on the team. You know why I do that. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's really up to him, man. I really feel like this. I like, cause I mean, it really is gonna be up to like Jarvis. What should I do? And then I mean, they did what they wanted to do. They said that, what I mean, they played on the team together. They can at least say that they did play on the team together. They threw a touchdown pass to each other. They at least did that in the NFL. It's like, all right, we wrote that off my milestone thing, and let me pack up my bags and get on out of here. But I don't know. I mean, he bought a house down here. I mean, he can't sell it, but whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it is, I don't know. Like, you might as well keep a house in Ohio. I mean, it's really, like, it's super cheap. You know what I mean? You have a nice big ass house in Ohio. So, I mean, it's up to him. But back to Kev. You know what I mean? Congratulations, man. Like that's my coach now, man. I can relax. That's somebody we gonna be able to grow up with, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we don't stress him out too bad. Once the drama start to be able to unfold, you gotta be able to handle it. But I think he can handle it. He been handling it this entire time. Never wavers, unbreakable. Good guy, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. They need to come back with the starter jackets, like the starter jacket windbreakers, man. That should be dope. Anyways, the real sense of Browns fan. Peace.